and why it's so successful at what it does. Stay in the ordering process. Energy and fat metabolism is now our #1 selling item of the hour, so please bear with us. We will get to you. I want to draw your attention to this. You know, in this hour, we were talking a little bit about Choco Nouveau and about this heart-healthy, cholesterol-lowering gourmet chocolate. Now we go to one of Andrew's other amazing innovations and inventions. This is Sucress. It's more than just a wonderful name. It really is that sugar-like taste, all natural, calorie-free, clean and smooth. There's so many of us that are trying to move away from consuming as much sugar as we are, but a lot of the artificial sweeteners, and there's the key word, artificial sweetener, they're not so great for us, so you read, and of course, the taste is also not maybe what we like. And some of the natural ones, Andrew, they don't taste the way we want them to taste. You have beaten all those points down.
And I was one of those people who, you know, those different packets, I never could find anything that worked for me. And I tried Stevia. The only time in the past that I used Stevia that I liked it is if I used it off a little Stevia plant that I had growing in my window. And I would steep a Stevia leaf in with my tea. Eventually, we discovered our own special Stevia extract that we use here. And that Stevia extract it's non-GMO. It's a Stevia extract that doesn't have that strange bitter aftertaste. Also, virtually every packeted sugar substitute, and everyone should listen to what I'm saying here. It's kind of funny. Virtually every packeted sugar substitute on the market contains sugar.
That's crazy.
Even if it says sugar-free on it or calorie-free on it.
Wow.
Because there's sort of an exception built into the law that as long as there's less than a gram or 4 calories of sugar in the product, it doesn't have to be declared. So what we do that's different is we use an amino acid. So you're getting no sugar that will stimulate insulin and all the negative changes associated with sugar intake. So we use an amino acid, glycine, and what's great about that amino acid, it on its own has a wonderful sweet flavor, and also glycine tends to support healthy blood sugar levels and healthy blood sugar metabolism. So it has its own independent, as I say with my products, there are no side effects. There's just additional side benefits that we get to talk about. So our Sucress is like no other sugar substitute on the market. There's nothing like it in the world, and it's a little more than a dime a packet. It's also, each packet is very powerful. For me, a packet will last 2 or 3 uses, so you just adjust it to what works for you.
Pricing is available on a 100-pack, the 250, or the large 500-pack, $22.90, $44.90, $69.90 free shipping. What happens if you buy this and you go for the 500-pack and you open it and you don't like it? Don't worry about it. You send it back and get a refund of the purchase price. The value and the savings, because it's Andrew's big January visit, are significant today. This is what the pricing normally is that you see on this column. Still very good, but if you're able to order today, it's really substantial savings. There's no downside to this. Andrew, it checks all the boxes. No calories, no added sugar, carbs or flavors. It's the right taste. It's all the things you want and none of the things that you don't want.
And unfortunately, when it comes to the typical, even if there are other stevia products, they're not going to have the same stevia that we have, that I know.
Right.
But even if they were out there, they're not going, what they're going to do is they all have to have what's called a carrier, because the stevia itself, the sweetener itself, is such a tiny amount. But unfortunately, what they all use as their carrier, because it makes things taste better, they use sugar.
Right.
But our amino acid costs probably 20 times more than sugar, but it has wonderful sweetness. And if you wonder why, if it has this wonderful sweetness, why doesn't anyone else use the amino acid glycine? It supports healthy blood sugar levels.
Right.
Why wouldn't they use it? Well, I told you, it's 20 times more expensive. So that's why we alone use it, and notwithstanding, you know, despite its presence in the product, it's still a little more, in the large sizes, a little more than a dime, barely over a dime a packet. And each packet is, remember, 2 or 3 uses.
I'm not a fan of some of the other natural sweeteners that are out there.